All right, so it's been some time since we last talked over here. We do have some pretty sick confirmation, some pretty big information regarding what the plans are with the entire game of Game of Thrones Kingsroad from Netmarble. Today I want to talk about everything, get you guys aware of what's going on over here and what to be ready for, as this is again gearing up for launch now. They're only a few days out. Officially, as of today, 8 days. The 8-day countdown starts for the launch of Game of Thrones Kingsroad. With everything, again, known and everything that we now know, there is a lot of things to look forward to when this game launches and post that when it comes to future content, roadmap plans, and other stuff. As you all know, a dev notes is coming out next week from the devs here, confirming even further plans and such. But for right now, we have a Q&A or an Ask Me Anything that has gone through. Today, I'm going to give you the entire information, lowdown, as fast as I possibly can, of everything coming to Game of Thrones Kingsroad and the plans they have to adjust things. Like and subscribe, it helps out a ton. If you want some future guides and plans and, information regarding this game, helps out a ton, please consider doing so. Let's hop into it. Here we go. So let's get straight into it. We're going to read through these questions and then the answers. Will there be some kind of alliance-only activities like alliance boss raids or battles, for example? Something where the whole alliance can just fight against something, whether it be bosses, an army, whatever. They also had a question being, will we get an alliance castle or a place that serves as an upgradable hub area for alliance members to hang out with your alliance board that gives more missions and buffs depending on the upgrades you work together to unlock? And then also, would you think about increasing the limit of alliance members past 20? Because again, 20 is a little bit of a low number. Here's the questions they have, or rather, the answers they have for all these things over here. Last question being, hello in the future, will alliances have more functions such as fighting each other for territory? And again, question is, alliance content holds significant importance for our development team, and it will play a central role in our upcoming updates. We are committed to continuously expanding and enriching these features moving forward. As many of you specifically mentioned, we are actively planning exclusive content tailored for alliances, including dedicated spaces and engaging activities for members to enjoy together with. In addition to these features, we will also be increasing the maximum number of alliance members that can, again, be accommodated. So, content is planned, updates, activities, a space to go and, kind of talk and hang out, I guess. On top of that, also, alliance number increasing for the members and such. What do you mean by enriching and expanding? Can you be more precise? Pretty much, they don't say anything here other than, hey, we'll let you know in dev notes next week. Please stay tuned. So, more future plans confirmed next week. Moving on regarding cosmetics. Will there be able to have cosmetic helmets and hoods later on? Have the developers ever considered adding more personalization and ownership features to Kingsroad, like weapon skins? We definitely plan to introduce a variety of new outfits and skins, including new outfits featuring hats, helmets, and weapon skins. These will be prioritized for upcoming updates and will be closely tied to future content releases. How are the lobbies for Drogon matched? Will it be possible to join the same Drogon if you are in a party but from different servers? I've attempted to fight Drogon with a friend, but before we end up at a different instances of the world boss. We've had many questions regarding the server/lobby system. Also, again, another question, will we be able to change servers within the region to do boss world fights with friends/alliance mates in another server? So Drogon lobbies are matched with player servers. While the option for server transfers are not available at the moment, we are actively exploring ways to implement event-based co-op content that allows players from different servers to team up and enjoy certain features together. For example, we are looking into systems where players from different servers can be matched with Drogon fights, similar to the mechanics in Altar of Memories. We are considering various approaches, so please stay tuned for future updates. Big W here, a lot of players requesting this one, so great answer. Is there a chance that it would change appearance, face mostly, tickets in the near future? We have some great news to share on this. Please look forward to our dev notes next week. Will we have a possible collab event with content from House of Dragons? Do you think about releasing DLC, for example, a DLC for House of Dragons, or about moments in the Game of Thrones universe? Because already having the map, it seems interesting to be for, again, releases of DLC that go into other centuries of Game of Thrones universe. If there is an opportunity to collaborate with any of the content, we'd love to do so. Leaving it open-ended, for right now, no confirmation other than we'd love to. Now on to the heavy hitters. The community has expressed desire to learn about upcoming content and future plans regarding Game of Thrones Kingsroad. The questions include roadmap and future content plans, inclusion of co-op content for 8-player, 12-player dungeon raids and more. Will co-op system be further expanded? And again, will it include open worlds? Will there be co-op modes or more co-op modes? Will there be a functionality for parties or friends or whatever, so you can actually play together? Will the co-op system be further developed? Will it be expanded and include open worlds? Will there be more co-op modes? So the same question twice, but here we go. In general, updates will advance the narrative with new chapters, but that's not all. We'd like to share a bit about our currently developing, or what we're currently developing when it comes to co-op content. We are currently on the final development stages for a new type of PvE content called raids. This is designed to offer a distinct gameplay experience compared to the already existing world bosses and Altar of Memories. Our current design envisions a starting point of 4 players with the potential to scale up to 8 players, and will be able to challenge themselves against a bigger threat. Figuratively and literally. That said, there are still a lot of factors we need to carefully consider in this process. For instance, the group size increases. We need to appropriately scale the time investment and difficulty, which also might bring up challenges around matchmaking. We are giving this considerable thought, and we will strive to incorporate your feedback as much as possible. Furthermore, given that multiplayer is a core element of Kingsroad, we are committed to continuously expanding the range of co-op content available, including both dungeon-based and field-based activities. Adding on to this, we've also seen players having difficulty finding lobbies for certain contents. Altar Memories of example, with the official launch and the massive influx of players would alleviate the issue, we plan to add options that make multiplayer content more accessible, such as allowing gameplay with fewer participants. That said, given that we have other more pressing issues to address, the particular feature is likely to be implemented at a later stage in the game's development as an update. So there you go. That's the plans. Co-op content, a new PvE mode coming soon. That's their plans as of now. Co-op content will be expanded continuously with future updates. They also plan, obviously, with story content being new chapters and things like that to expand the range of content. And the entire idea being that's what they're going for. Have you considered upping the loot tables / chances of specific loot? It feels like it takes too long or too many attempts to get a purple or an orange item from Ferocious Beasts. I'm hoping for a good answer here, because this might make players quit the game. Like this over here, this is the biggest I want to quit the game, like, thing in the game right now, like, genuinely speaking. While Altar of Memories, for example, has a mileage system, Ferocious Beasts does not have a system like that. And it could feel frustrating for players to go on such a dry streak. We'll be introducing a similar system to Ferocious Beast, as well as in the coming weeks, where players will be able to obtain desired loots from Ferocious Beasts, such as hides. Not bad. So, not a bad answer, but definitely this is a thing that will make players quit, 100%. What areas of the game do you feel currently needs the most attention and when it comes to game balancing, excluding RP, which has already been stated? The in-game currency economy is top priority at the moment. Let's delve deeper into this. We've touched upon this topic in previous dev notes briefly. We are planning to generally increase the amount of copper rewarded from repeatable content that uses RP. Through this, our goal is to increase the fixed amount of copper that players can steadily earn through daily gameplay, making repeatable activities feel more rewarding and meaningful. We are also working on adjusting the currently underutilized production and trade systems into meaningful sources of copper. More of this will be revealed in our dev notes, but let me give you a brief rundown. We plan to significantly reduce the copper cost for, again, production activities, making it easier to gather materials repeatedly. The materials produced that will then feed into the trading system, allowing players to regularly acquire materials required for growth and copper. To actively facilitate the above process, we'll be increasing the maximum number of worker capacity and also implement more varied ways for the stamina to regenerate. Any plans to add more classes? Any ideas? We'd love to hear them. Over here, do you plan to add a new character class in the future, like ranged class, for example, bow class? Pretty much all that over there. And then do you plan on implementing a new class at the story? Pretty much the same question. To be upfront, adding a new class is no easy task. What we will say for certain is new classes are always on the radar. However, we are not in a position to confirm that they'll be ready, and we appreciate your understanding. That said, we'd love to hear your thoughts, just like the detailed suggestions we've already received over here about ranged or tank classes. Your feedback is incredibly valuable, so please keep it coming. As of now, let's be real, they don't have any plans, but they will try to in the future, if it can happen. Any chance we get basically VAs, and we'll look into this about listing the VAs. Will there be more solo content similar to Wormwalk without the need to spend RP? Definitely expect single player contents to expand or have future expansions each major update. There's also new content that we're working on, but it's in early development stages, so we'll share more on this in the future. Will we get a storage chest in RR? Will RR be upgraded in some fashion? Will the Dragon Bane costume be usable on all classes? Is it a one-time buy? What, if any, updates are you making to the RP system? This team, or the team, would like to know more regarding storages. Would this be coming from a lack of bag space or from another perspective, as in, are there not enough bag spaces or spaces in the bag? Some items belong in stores, for example. We need more ways to gain storage items. There are a few ways to get them, but we need so I see what you mean. Official launch will have more ways to expand the inventory spaces in game. So that's there. If you lived in Westeros, would you be a sheep farmer? Is what they answered with. Over here, address the dev notes over here. Currently, the Battle Pass system has no functionality past the initial 45 levels. In many free-to-play games, they are encouraged to keep doing stuff past that, right? Pretty much they say this: while we do not have any concrete ideas to share at the moment, we'll definitely pass this on to the rest of the team. While we want Battle Pass rewards to be rewarding as possible, we also have to be careful about not making it feel like there's too much of a chore. We'll nag the dev team to add more tribute rewards to the shop. Over here, so this is pretty much just like, hey, we'll pass on the dev team. Over here, will this ever be fixed? We couldn't reply to this one on time. While making the improvements to immersion as natural NPC interactions and whatever. Again, you can read this if you want to, nothing too crazy. So as of now, they pretty much ended the entire Ask Me Anything there, and they just say, look forward to our dev notes. Again, the game is definitely improving. They definitely do have a lot of ideas. They definitely do have a lot of future plans and content and such. It's definitely going to be a game that is here for a few years to come, no doubt about that. How many years? I don't know, but definitely speaking, it's a great playthrough the first time. When it comes to future content and future plans, they plan on expanding the region, new contents, new everything. Netmarble usually keeps their games in just base games in service for at least 1 to 2 to 3 years. If the game does good and succeeds, they definitely look at 5-10 years of coverage and maintaining the game from that point onwards. But I definitely think that with Game of Thrones and the expansive universe it is, there is a lot they can go for. If the game does well, they'll definitely look into those things. So have fun, get ready for launch, and I'll see you then. Take care, have fun. It's been it for me. Hope you enjoy the Ask Me Anything.